Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion. So last time we did our preparations before we begin our attack on Town of Fedras and the evil Falcon-clan members that betrayed us and sent us to Saruman. So this time we're all ready to go. We are going to talk to Theodred and see what he has to say.
The preparations are made. Now we must strike. The time is now. We are as ready as we will ever be.
The time is now. We are as ready as we will ever be. Let us move on the prison caves to rescue as many of your friends as live. As live still to be rescued. Speak with me when you are ready. And we're going to get a nice pocket item that's going to have will, bite or agility stats on. And a scroll of greater empowerment.
I am ready. Let us rescue your friends.
Here we go then. Bear in mind, we're up to chapter 30 now of this book. It's by far the longest single book in the game. I'm ready to begin if you are. Let us rescue your friends from the traitorous Falcon-clan.
We will rescue your friends, and we will have vengeance upon the Falcon-clan. You have my word.
None of your friends have been imprisoned in this room of cells. Laurelin must be keeping them further ahead, away from the entrance. My men have gone on ahead. Join them at each room of cells and fight for the freedom of your friends. I will scout around for sign of our enemies. Join my men further ahead and fight for the freedom of your friends. So we're going to go over this way. So first up we've got Hoggerwise, Theodred's right hand man. Obviously he's got a whole bunch of these Falcon-clan guys trapped. Release your prisoners or die, low ones! To battle! There we go, so massive AoE. We'll see who's alive in these caves still. Obviously, those that have died already, it's going to be a tragic loss that the Grey Company would have lost what few Rangers did come south. Taste freedom once again, friends of my friend Pendulous. So we've got generic ranger, 4 generic rangers. So next we need Heristan, who's over here. You will pay for your treachery, honourless ones. To battle, Pendulous. So he was another one of Theodred's riders. Really, with my AoE, I'm probably like carving Heristan into pieces since he's right in front of me as well. But whatever, it's fine. He can take a flesh wound. We have come to free you, Rangers of the North. So again, we've just got 4 generic ranger dudes. There we go. So now we need to proceed onwards. Return to Theodred and in the prison caves. He's at the crossroads. That was good work, Pendulous, but I fear it was only a start. More of your friends are being held below. Let us go to them. It's going deeper into the cave system. Fight our way through. Theodred should be following us, but I'll kill these guys anyway. Less time waiting around for him. There we go, second one. Another one over here. We've got some more caves up ahead, where hopefully we have some not generically named rangers. We might actually find someone we actually know. So who's this up ahead? It's Goladir. There's no one over to the left. You come in, Theodred. In your own time, sir. Die, Forgoyle! There we go. Devastated. Another room of rangers to free. Let us give them their freedom, Pendulous. I have to do it manually. Pendulous! They took Halbarad and the Sons of Elrond deeper into the cave! You have to go after them! Pendulous, you go on ahead. I will open these cells and follow after you. Who else is in these cells? Generic Ranger, 1, 2, and 3. So, alright. We'll leave you guys to catch up. But what evil plans does Laurelin have down here in the depths of the cave? Down, down, down we go. And keep going down. This is a lot longer than I remember this bit. Here we go, is the end. Aha! My friends have escaped. So Penrod, Russ and Taff, 3 of the people we knew from earlier when we originally arrived at the Falcon-clan encampment, now lay dead, and Halbrand and the Sons of Elrond have escaped. Penrod fought to bring us before Lubrenin. He did not choose men strong enough for the task. I am glad to see you, Pendulous. Let us go to see Lubrenin now, and on our own terms. You lead then, chaps, and I shall follow. Whenever you are ready. You can see there's a lot of Falcon Clan members over there. Oh, Veladan's going to jump on the wall for a bit. There we go, talk to Lubrenin. You are full of surprises, Pendulous. I did not think that you would cross my path again in this life. How is it that you came to escape the clutches of Saruman? Lubrenin smiles mockingly at your silence. You were a fool to return here. You may have freed some members of your company, but I have exacted my price from the Grey Company. You will not soon forget Lubrenin and the Falcon-clan, I think. How many of your number remain? 20? 30? Enough to see you pay for your treachery, Brennan. Not today, I think. You will leave this cave, and you will leave my village. Wherever you go, you will tell the tale of how Lubrenin and the Falcons bested you. Run away, weak ones. You are beaten. These passages extend for miles under the mountains, and my people know them all. You cannot face us here, and you cannot pursue us. You can only retreat. You have lost. He's basically standing on a bridge here as well. It's not quite as deep as Khazad-dûm, but he is doing like a you shall not pass moment. He is right, Pendulous. We cannot raise a hand against him in this position. They are too many, and we are too few. There may be another time, but this is not it. We can do nothing more from here. We must lick our wounds, bury our dead, and wait for another time. But I swear it, before this war is over, the Falcon-clan will taste our vengeance. It will be quite a while, but we will actually deal with this plot thread. We won't deal with this basically until we're at kind of like the Helm's Deep point in the storyline, so that means we've got to do all the Great River stuff, all of East Rohan, do all of West Rohan, and then we kind of deal with the Lubrenin and the Falcon-clan plot thread. So we'll finish this now.
We emerged from the dark of the prison caves fewer, but with greater resolve. And with a new ally, Theodred, the Prince of Rohan. We are in his debt, and I will see that debt paid before we leave this land.
So yes, we've made a new friend. He is cool. I personally vouch for him.
I am grateful for the lives you have saved, and mourn the friends we have lost.
You and the Prince of Rohan have my thanks, Pendulous. These have been dark days, both for my people and for Middle-earth. I am grateful for the lives that you have saved, and mourn the friends we have lost. Today, we rest. Tomorrow, we will go into the fords with Theodred. He has aided us. We will then aid him and pass into Rohan to search for Aragorn, my chieftain. It is a thing of wonder to me that you have seen within the Ring of Isengard and escaped to speak of it. You bring word of the rise of Isengard, but do these tidings hold anything we can use to stop it? Is this notice enough for us to stop the designs of Saruman? I hope it is, Pendulous. I fear that it is not. We will speak again soon. But before you go, please choose one of these nice purple pocket items. So we've got a Might and Vitality and crit, Agility Vitality crit, Will Vitality crit, or the generic sort of tanky one, which is mainly Vitality, a little bit of Might, but you've got block and parry rating. So as a champion, I'd obviously be interested in the Might-based one, which I'll take anyway, but at the minute I've got my Stone of the Tortoise on, just to disable my experience gains.
We have come to the crossroads, and sooner than I expected.
So, Book 5. We have come to the crossroads, Pendulous, and sooner than I expected. I want to help the Prince of Rohan, for without his aid, and that of his doughty warriors, my men and I would still be captives of the Falcon-clan. But we cannot abandon our journey. Our duty lies with Aragorn, and we must find him in Rohan, or die searching. We cannot stay to help Theodred with his battles. I want you to go with the Prince Pendulous. I want you to lend him your strength and your wisdom and your courage. Basically, all the aspects of the Triforce. You can travel south more swiftly than we can, even hale and hearty. Our diminished number would take some time to make ready, and we are wounded and tired. Make your farewells with my kin, Pendulous. I know they will want to say goodbye. Saradan is there by the fire. He knows what I have in mind, though the others may not. So here then we're going to get a choice with the various ranges we're about to speak to in the following chapters, where we can basically build ourselves a classic worn ranger's tunic. So this is the tunic that was originally worn by the rangers in Evendim. I can't remember if they replaced that when they did the Evendim revamp, but they may still be wearing this kind of tunic, at least in some places. So you can either get a full set of that, which is a bit old and dated cosmetic, but for nostalgia, for players that have been around for years, they might like this particular outfit. Or you can get the newer Fine Grey Company tunic, which is what a lot of the Rangers have been wearing during Volume 3. So this is obviously a bit of a nicer cosmetic, the full set's worth of this. But obviously if you had two characters, you could have one character come through, get the full set of one cosmetics, and then the second character comes and gets the other set of cosmetics. But you will need two characters to get the full set of both. So we're just going to go with the Fine Grey Company tunic, even though it's not the actual bit where we claim it at the minute. But obviously we're going to get a full set, so we can have chest, legs, gloves, all that kind of stuff.
Halbarad told me his decision, and I will not speak against it.
Halbarad told me his decision, and I will not speak against it. But I will miss you, Pendulous, and I wish you might still travel with us. I know Erebrandir feels the same way. He has not forgotten the farrier who crafted him a new shoe in Hollin, nor the elf who saved the farrier. You have skill beyond strength of arms, or the reach of knowledge, Pendulous. You find friends wherever you tread, and where they cannot be found, you make them with kindness and generosity. Halbrand does not realise how close he came to spending the rest of his days in the prison caves of Tuam Morva, but I do. Consider this, my friend, and do not forget it. Prince Theodred was at this camp for days before you escaped Isengard and held council with me, but he did not move to rescue my kin until he spoke with you. Nay, do not console me, I am not ashamed. Your ability to rally people to your side is yours alone, and it is a power you must not forget. It has saved many lives already, and I know it will again. So we'll use the fine tunic.
You do not need me to tell you these things.
So the next bit is going to get us the boots. You do not need to tell me these things. You have seen within the Ring of Isengard, and escaped to tell the tale. You will be of great help to Prince Theodred, I do not doubt it. I saw Coronir down the path to the northwest not long ago. You should find him and bid him farewell. So he's just down the path that comes up to this camp. And there he is down there by the big rock. So we'll speak to him. All the rangers are kind of near this camp. We're not going to have to travel too far. But they're generally just stood around keeping watch.
You are leaving us now. How can this be Halbarad's decision?
You are leaving us now? How can this be Halbrad's decision? Coronir stares at his feet for a short moment before he meets your gaze again. I suppose the Prince of Rohan has need of you. I cannot blame Halbrad for wanting you to help hold the fords of Isen. I think your tale of the army Saruman is preparing within Isengard shook him deeply, and if that crossing is lost, then the kingdom of Rohan will surely follow. We have been through a great deal, Pendulous, have we not? It seemed we would stay within the musty library of Zudrugund with Nard and Frithgeir for the rest of our days, did it not? Even thinking now of climbing up to Nard's Peak makes my legs ache. I want you to have these spare boots of mine, in memory of our time spent in that high place. I hope he brought a spare pair of boots rather than he's just going to wander around with no boots on. But yeah, plain boots. You've got a nice little dagger kind of stuck on the side, just in case you need an extra knife. So that's not too bad.
I am worried about Golodir.
So, the next we get the hood. I am worried about Golodir, Pendulous. He endured much in the depths of Khan Dum, as you know, and he will never truly forgive himself for Lorniel's death. But this journey has done much to relieve some of his hurts. I think it is simply this. He has a purpose again. There is work to be done, and until we find Aragorn, as we are sworn to do, it remains unfinished. But our captivity in the prison caves changed something within Golodir. There is a dangerous glimmer in his eye that I have not seen before. It worries me, Pendulous. I am afraid for him. We were speaking not long ago, just to the west, but my heart was troubled and I left him there. Will you seek him out and see if my worries are for naught? I hope they are. My mother always said I worried enough for the whole family, but the dangers for which we have come, and to which we ride, deserve even more worry than I can manage. So accept that, head west. So bear in mind there are a couple of orcs and other beasties around here, just to get in the way, and some of them might wander over to us while we're actually talking to the NPCs. So there he is, hiding behind a bush.
It may be Halbarad's decision, but I would not leave even if he ordered me home again.
You are leaving us, Pendulous. It may be Halbarad's decision, but I would not leave, even if he ordered me home again. He looks up at you, and you do see a hint of the hardness in his eyes that so upset Coronir. There are matters still left undone here. The cowards who slink in the caves beneath Talmafedra still live, Pendulous. They spoke to us as friends, gave us shelter, took the sweat from our brows, and repaid us with treachery. I will repay them in kind. My lost brethren and my lost friends demand this of me. Lou Brennan, you jest, Pendulous. He is a fat man, whose courage depends on 100 of his people at his back. I have faced the evil of Mordorith. He is gone, and I still live. Lou Brennan is nothing compared to Mordorith. So we take the fine hood. So there we go, it's just a fairly standard black hood. The other one is also nothing particularly amazing, but this one does have a bit more trim, and it's obviously got the little kind of like bandit face mask bit.
I thought you would come with me to take vengeance on Lou Brennan.
I thought you would come with me to take vengeance upon Lou Brennan, Pendulous, but it seems your road lies elsewhere. I am sorry you will not be there. I know you would gladly join me if urgent matters did not drive you elsewhere. Golodir does not seem to be listening to you. He gestures to the south in the direction of the Tree of Tribute. Calenglad is over that way, if you wish to bid farewell to him. It feels like he has been staring at that tree for hours. So now we're going to get this shoulder piece. And there he is, not too far away. That does count as a bit close though. That could wander into us.
Are we anything more than the flickering of a candle in the gale to something so ancient?
How long do you think this tree has been growing here, Pendulous? It must be so old, and have seen so much. Are we anything more than the flickering of a candle in the gale to something so ancient? Would it even notice if we left this place and never returned? Calenglad looks weary, and his face is more lined than you remember. You are leaving us to aid Theodred. It is no surprise to me. I overheard Halbrand and Serodan discussing courses of action, and it seemed likely. I wish our paths did not diverge, but it seems they must, Pendulous. We all have too many duties in this world. So there we go, shoulder piece. So that's the Grey Company one. So you kind of got the kind of like the big right hand shoulder, and then just a little wrap on the other side. So that would be especially good for say like a warden, where your armor is not going to be symmetrical because you're generally having the spear arm armored because that's more exposed and not behind the shield. And then for the classic ranger look, it's just a relatively plain one. But again, not symmetrical on that one either.
I am sure Theodred will find a use for you at the fords of the Eisen.
I am sure Theodred would find a use for you at the fords of the Eisen, Pendulous. That is a crucial crossing, and it must be held against the forces of Saruman at any cost. We have seen the danger posed by the Dunland clans, and the army of Uruks you beheld within Isengard sounds of considerable size. Neither of those forces must cross the river Eisen. Calenglad's bleak expression is lightened by a wry smile. You should say goodbye to Radnir. If you do not, we would never hear the end of it. He is east of here, I believe, on the path. And Radnir will give us the gloves. So head eastwards, and he should be just so kind of below the encampment. There he is, he's hiding behind these bushes over here. So speak to him. I think he is the last one. Or is there could be one more?
Is it not? We go where we are needed.
Sit with me a moment, Pendulous. I know you are leaving us, and that Theodred has need of you at the fords. That is the way of it, is it not? We go where we are needed. The Grey Company owes its freedom to you and to the Prince of Rohan, and this is how Halbrand seeks to repay the debt to Theodred. Perhaps he thinks our debt to you is too deep to repay so easily. Radnir raises an eyebrow and subjects you to close scrutiny. Once this is all over, if such a thing is possible, you and I will meet at some tavern in some peaceful land, and I will buy you a drink, and you will buy me free, and we will remember this day and laugh at our cares. He looks back at the Tree of Tribute and seems to decide something. I think Calenglad is wrong. I think it's just a tree. So we get some gloves. So these ones, I do quite like them. I do use them on a couple of my characters' cosmetics. It's just a relatively straightforward black glove. I'm just going to zoom in a bit. But you've got the star, you've got the stars on the knuckles there, which is quite nice. That's just my armour clipping through, don't worry about that bit. Same on the back. And then the other ones, again, the similar sort of designs. You've still got the stars, but there's just like the plain and dirty kind of cloth look. So we'll take that.
Prestidir will want to say farewell to you before you leave us.
Prestidir is up by the camp northeast of here. He will want to say goodbye to you before you leave us. So, once again, back up to the camp. And he's just slightly north of the stable master. There he is, hiding up by the tree. And he should almost certainly be the last person we need to speak to.
Be well on the road, and give your courage to Theodred.
I heard it was time for you to leave us, Pendulous. Be well on the road, and give your courage to Theodred, as you gave it to us. If you have the opportunity to rescue Lofrandir from the clutches of Saruman, I hope you will take it. It is not right for us to have abandoned him to the enemy. I know it does not look good for him, but there is always hope. You escaped from the pits of Isengard, and Lofrandir is made of stone stuff as well. I regret that we did not have the opportunity to speak more before this parting, my friend. Perhaps our paths will cross again in happier days. So again, we can have a choice between the Cloak of the Grey Company, which goes with the fine set, and then the classic cloak. As you can see, there's really not too much difference between those two, but we'll take the normal cloak because it's got a whiter look to it by default.
Stay safe on the road, my friend.
Stay safe on the road, my friend. We will see each other again. Halbrand wanted to see you once you had made your farewells. He is somewhere within the camp, Pendulous. You should return to him and prepare to depart. I don't know why you should say he's somewhere within the camp. You should be able to see him from here, really, if you just look over your shoulder. It's not even a big camp. So.
It has been an honour to travel with you. The Grey Company owes you much, and more.
I am not one for long farewells, my friend. Know that you are one of us, with ties not of blood, but rather strengthened by blood, the blood of our foes. Our roads entwined this far, and may do so again, but for now, it is the time of leave-taking. Pendulous, it has been an honour to travel with you. The Grey Company owes you so much, and more.
I understand Prince Theodred's men have established a camp in the Heathfells.
I understand Prince Theodred's men have established a camp in the Heathfells far to the south, at the fords of the River Isen. While the Prince has been scouting in the Gravenwood, leadership of the camp fell to his second, a man named Grimbold. Travel south to his camp and tell Grimbold you have come to help. So this is the part that is now going to take us into the Gap of Rohan. So there's 3 ways that we could travel down to get there. We're going to take the eastern path just from where we are now. But we could go through either the Carrigan path or the western Gravenwood path as well. And if we come across to the Gap of Rohan map, so we can see that the Carrigan path would lead us down here, the western side of the Isendale. The western Gravenwood path would take us straight north into Isendale. And then the eastern path, which we need to take to go to Grimbold. Bear in mind, Grimbold is all the way at the eastern side of this area, in this camp over here. That's the route we're going to take to visit him, on the eastern side of the Heathfells there. So we're done in Dunland proper, but we're now into the Gap of Rohan. And then once we've finished doing some questing around here, in the Isendale and the Heathfells regions, we're going to be sent up into Nancoronir, the Valley of Saruman, where we're going to finish off the expansion region. But I think that's a good stopping point for today. So we'll leave it here and we'll pick it up next time. So see you guys later.